Normally when you're locked up, gang members are known to finesse neutrons. Someone that is not in a gang, someone that is not affiliated. And the way they normally do that is because they play cool with them just to get what they want, to get their possessions, to get whatever they feel like they have that may better them. They'll protect them when things go down. They'll play friendly with them, whatever it is. And it's all part of the finesse. For this video, I'm going to tell y'all how I finessed gang members throughout my whole bid. How I had gang members finessed. Check this one out. Haha, Dom the best. Finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga. Yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch you with locks. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2 comes violent, first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone, I'm a charger, don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see you ass, you gon' leave airlifted. What's up, y'all? You already know, man. KFROG TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back to the channel. Today I got another real spill video for y'all. And I'm going to let y'all know how I used to finesse gang members while I was in prison. And what I'm about to tell you will actually help you finesse gang members when you're locked up. Now before I get into it, I want to let you know off rip that I respect all gangs and all nations out there. But one of my homeboys that's actually a part of a Haitian gang down here is the one that gave me the idea of this video, okay? He's like, at the end of the day, Frog, no matter how many people make up shit about you on the internet, no matter how many people talk bad about you on YouTube, people that are affiliated, you got to remember one thing. And I'm like, what? What's that? He's like, at the end of the day, coming from a gang member now, my main goal and my brother's main goals was to finesse people who weren't in gangs. He's like, all you did was finesse them gangs. And I'm like, what you mean? You think about it. All these other people that are affiliated and they rep a gang, they rep something different and they stand for something else. But at the same time, hundreds of them were saying KFROG TV. So I had them repping my shit, had them repping me. Not once did I say their gang. Not once did I bang they shit and start claiming they shit around them. You feel me? And when my homeboy was telling me this, I'm like, you right. He's like, at the end of the day, you finessed them. All them gang members in there that want to so-called beef with you now and talk cash shit, at the end of the day, you finessed them. So I'm here to tell y'all how I did it. And I was thinking about it, right? It don't get more realer than this. The way that I did it, the way that I finessed all these gang members out here was, I just was myself. You see, now if the shoe was on the other foot, if you're a gang member and you're cool with somebody and somebody's giving you things and or you know, feeding you or whatever it may be, you know, you're down to fight for that person, you're down to, you know, protect that person if anything goes down or anything, you're going to look at it like, oh, that was a finesse game. Right? Like, yeah, I was just playing cool with him so I could get what I want out of him. I had his back. You know, I protected him, made sure he wasn't getting any beef or anything like that. And if he did, I was acting like I was his dog because I was getting something out of it. That's finesse, right? Now we look at how it was for me. Every institution I went to, every place I touched down at, all gang members from all organizations fucked with me. And they didn't get nothing out of it. So that means that I did the opposite of what they call finesse that they do to someone who don't gangbang. I did the total opposite from someone from a neutral, you know, standing ground. I basically made them being willing to rock with me. Made them claim they was my dog. Made them do things for me. Everything without them even getting anything out of it. And all I did was by me be myself. So it comes down to me as an individual, y'all. I'm a type of person that I know how to manipulate. So me hanging around somebody inside a prison, no matter what gang they're a part of, no matter what organization they rep, my character, when I'm in the room, all my actions, the way I talk, the way I move, the way I handle situations is all manipulating And it makes all these individuals fuck with me. So when you think about it, you're like, damn, that's crazy, right? But it's 100% facts. Because if no one was getting anything out of me, they weren't able to finesse me, you know? But I got everything out of them and everything that they would have did for someone who did give them stuff. You feel me? So now that I think about it, I'm like, damn, just me is my character, and it ain't a coincidence it was at every institution I went to. Now, it would have been different if it was just one camp, you know, one place I landed. But no, every place I went to, the character that I am, Frog, the way I present myself, carry myself, and handle myself, manipulates minds of gang members. The only people that I got into beef with majority of the time were people who absolutely did not know me like that. But once you get to know Frog, it don't matter what race you are, it don't matter what gang you was a part of, none of that. You would find yourself straight with me. Whether I got in a fight with somebody and you didn't like me at first and then I fought that person and you were cool with the person I fought. After I fight that person, win, lose, or draw, just the way that I handled my situation, stood up for myself, spoke my mind, did everything I needed to do to keep it real about myself, made you fuck with me more than the person that I just fought that you were cool with from the get-go. So basically the moral of the whole story is all you got to do is be yourself. Because when you're yourself, people who like you and people who don't like you are going to have to show what it is. So me, when I sit back and think about it, hundreds, if not thousands, of gang members were cool with me when I was in prison, right? A lot of them that I was cool with, I'd say maybe on two hands. Maybe two hands I can actually say I fought with them. The other ones I was cool with on the face of another individual. So I basically finessed not just the person I was cool with, but the ones around him. If you think about it. If they didn't get nothing from me, but just being cool with Frog, and they backed me up, if I were to get in a fight with this person over here, all these gangs would rise and be willing to rock out behind me. So I finessed them into friendship, basically. Think about it. And I did that by just being myself. Like, it wasn't my intentions. It wasn't my plan. It wasn't like, oh, I'm finna finesse these people while I'm in here. No, it was just the fact that my energy drew a lot of other energy towards me. You understand? And through the mix of it, when you look at it from a gang member's point of view, it would look like the opposite if I gave them things, if I paid them things, if I supplied things. They would call it finessing. You see what I'm saying? So now that I'm looking at it from the point of view that my homeboy that's in the Haitian gang told me, he made me realize, yeah. So basically me being cool with people made it to where they were finessed into liking me. And not even on purpose. So that means I manipulate. You understand? I can basically brainwash somebody without even trying to. Me just being cool with them. Me just being in the area. Me not even focusing on this individual right here that is observing me and getting his own, opinion about me from the outside in. That's how wide my energy covers the area. You feel me? I might be over here fighting this dude in between these two bunk beds and ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. And this one other dude that's a gang member is watching and observing from a distance, right? Which, yeah, you're entitled to do that. You're entitled to pay attention and, see what's going on and respect someone after they get in the grid, win, lose, or draw, right? But my fall through, the next time that individual sees me or the next time me and that individual speak or anything, that same person who was watching from the outside in, looking at it from a distance, whatever I do, it's gonna somehow blur out everything that they're used to doing to people who don't gangbang. You feel me? Because their goal is to finesse. Like I said in chain gang robbery, first, they finesse, then's violence. That's facts. That's 100% facts. If they could talk you out of your shit before they physically got to get a knife or a lock and take it, they will. So they'll play cool with you to get it. People will play friends with you to get it. You understand? So it was like, that's how I knew who fucked with me for real and who didn't, because it isn't like I was bringing nothing to the table. You understand? I wasn't bringing shit to the table other than me, other than myself. You understand? I wasn't bringing nothing, no dope, no cigarettes, no money, no nothing to the table for nobody but KFROG. You feel me? But me hanging around them, if something went down, if someone attacked them, and that's my dog, of course I'm getting involved. So it was like, we were getting the same thing from each other. Me not gang banging, and the ones that did gang bang. You feel me? But they got numbers. So if you look at it, I was winning. You feel me? I finessed. Because if there's 15 of y'all repping the gang, and there's only one of me, and I got 15 of y'all rocking with me, repping KFROG TV all on camera, acting like you finna slide and get into shit with me when I get into other shit, you know, rocking about me, feeding me, sending me money while I'm in the box, sending me food while I'm back there, tobacco while I'm back there, all this different stuff now. And it's just me. I'm not bringing shit to the table other than just being a cool-ass homeboy. If you think about it, I finessed. I won. I did what I needed to do. You feel me? But everyone else that's around these individuals, no matter what they do or what they say that don't gangbang, their mind is still stuck on finessing them, talking them out of their shit, robbing them, putting down on them, extorting them. So that means that them other individuals weren't good at manipulating. You feel me? It's all mind thing. If I'm able to just do me over here and get your mind off of wanting to try to rob me like you're used to robbing people who don't gangbang, all because I'm putting on and repping Eastside Davey, talking about KFROG TV this, Eastside this, that, and doing my thing over here, and it makes you like me, makes you like, oh, I fought with that white boy. All I did was basically put a wall up in between where your mind was supposed to be, where it was when you was trying to rob and put down on all these other people that weren't gang members. I basically blurred out, you feel me, your main goal. So I manipulated you. I basically took your mind off of your main goal, and like, instead of you like, yeah, we're robbing everybody, you know, that isn't a gang member, we're putting down on them. You know, and I'm talking about multiple gangs now. I'm not just talking about one gang. I'm talking about you get put in a dorm and there's 7, 8 different gangs in there, and all their goals is to rob and put down or try to get this person under their wing and make them break it off before the other gang does it. So I'm able to get all these people's minds off of trying to do that to me, because I never had no one try to do that to me, just by me being myself. You feel me? Just by me putting on and not giving a fuck what color your flag is. At the end of the day, we all bleed the same color, so I don't care what color you repped, none of that shit. You feel me? And when you seen it wasn't intentionally just towards your gang, but I do that the same way against other gangs. So now when you think about it, you got 8 gangs in here that are known to just rob whoever ain't gang banging. This is called gangland. But then you put me on y'all side to where everybody but him. Everybody but that white boy frog right there. You feel me? So if you think about it, I manipulated and finessed. So I was finessing my whole time while I was in prison. Whether I meant to or not, it was, now that I sit back and think about it, from my homeboy telling me this, it was just my character alone was finessing, I guess. You know, but without bringing anything to the table, just being myself. See, when you have other people, you can't go into prison and act like something you're not and pretend to be something you're not and finesse people who want to harm you. It won't work like that. You feel me? Because eventually, you know, pressure busts pipes. So eventually, too much pressure going to be on you. You're not going to be able to take it. And you're going to fold. And once you fold, everyone witnesses one situation where you fold. They're all going to be on you like a pack of hyenas. All different organizations. And you're not going to know who to trust. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen it happen to so many people who were actually living like that, that fucked up and fumbled and folded one time. And then had to pull a check-in stunt and get off the pound. And because now there's so many gangs that knew you, so many gangs you had attention from, that was cool with you, respected you, that when you did this one fuck-up situation, you know you can't trust any of them organizations now, so you don't know who's going to be out there to get you. You could be in confinement over some shit, and them boys will be the orderlies passing out trays, and they'll be cool with you saying, man, come back to the pound, bitch, we miss you. You know what I'm saying? Really, you don't know they tried to get you on the pound so they could wet you up, rob you or whatever. You feel me? And I was able to prevent any of this type of shit happening from me, other than, you know, getting in fights and stuff, all by me being myself, because I literally went through shit when I was younger. So going to prison wasn't nothing to me. It wasn't nothing but being away from my loved ones. They did the same shit in prison that we did on the streets. You feel me? So at the same time, as I'm in there going through this same shit, it's just like I relocated for a while. That's all it was. Like, okay, I relocated. Yeah, I got to meet these new people. And all these new people that I met, which are people that I still talk to this day, some of them are still in prison and all that, fought with me heavier than majority of their own brothers that they know. You feel me? And the reason for that is because through thick and thin, I never change. And it's just, I'm that type of person. I guess I got a bigger vision, and I bring hope, you know, to people's attention when I'm in the room. When I walk in the room and I'm sitting here and I'm vibing with somebody or we're hanging out, your mind is off the time. Your mind ain't paying attention to what's going on, because Frog's got a plan. You feel like whatever Frog's doing is a plan that can help you, or you feel like it's something important, like this white boy right here has sense. This white boy right here might play dumb, but he is not a fool. You understand? And that's what it is. So when I sit back and I think about it, I'm like, damn, I made it through my prison bid, not by breaking it off, not by paying for protection, none of that. None of that. Anybody who ever said anything like that about KFROG is 100% cap. 100% cap. And both my parents can roll in their grave if that shit's true. You feel me? I put that shit on everything. You know? I literally had so many friends in prison that claimed me as their friend just because of how real I was. And no one can ever take that from me. You feel me? Because, like I said, they stand for something. I stood for me. That's why it's called KFROG TV. You understand? I pushed myself, repped myself. So if you got 8 gangs at an institution and each one of them got 10 gang members in it, that's 80 gang members. If I have them saying KFROG TV, or at least 2 or 3 out of each organization saying KFROG TV, they're in a gang. They're speaking as a whole. You understand? I had Yo Gang saying KFROG TV. Yo Gang was repping my shit, repping my name. You understand? And not getting nothing out of it, but just, you know, a little bit of, you know, time on the camera. And a homeboy and got to hang out with me. You were repping KFROG TV just to be in my presence, basically. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about all types of different gangs out there now. I'm not just talking about one. I'm talking about all gangs that we have in the state of Florida. I have people that I know that are in them organizations that fuck with KFROG TV, that wanted to rep KFROG TV and did rep KFROG TV. You feel me? So when I think about it, finessing is a powerful thing. And you may be doing it without even knowing. Like, I didn't know that. I was just in there doing my time, being me, hanging out. I wasn't going to let a motherfucker change the way I was. I wasn't going to let someone in there do something, go against the grain to how I was raised or what I stood for and what I stood on. I was just doing me. And it caught a lot of people's attention, because when you're in a gang, don't get me wrong, yeah, you're respected. You're respected, you know, by the other gangs, and you're respected by your own gang brothers, you know, because you're part of an organization. But when beef starts hitting, and when wars break out, or conflict happens with other organizations, them other gangs don't respect you no more if they're going through it with your organizations. They love to disrespect you when you're in another organization. You see what I'm saying? And then someone who don't gangbang looks at it like he only became a gang member because he wanted protection. He wanted to be cool. You feel me? I was able to get all these people to back me. Anytime I fought a gang member, it don't matter if I fought a Blood, the GDs, the Kings, the Crips, the Cutthroats, the Zoes would all rise. It don't matter if I fought a Zoe. The same thing with all the other gangs would all rise to make sure I got me a one-on-one. And all they all got in common that they got from Frog was a good time of being cool with me. Hanging out, me vibing. You feel me? I charged people $3 for 15 minutes on my phone. So people I knew, like homeboy wise, everybody had their own shit. They wasn't even getting on my phone like that. You get what I'm saying? So it isn't like, oh, they were only cool so they can get on your phone. So they were using your phone so you were straight. It wasn't even like that. Like for anyone who was in prison with me that knows the real deal, knows it wasn't even like that. Everybody had their own shit. All my homeboys had their own phones. So they couldn't have been cool with me to get on my jack because they had their own. You see what I'm saying? We were just in our own worlds doing our time separate from all the other shit. And that made people respect us because when people came in my lane, regardless if you banged or not, I was going to grid. I was going to fight. I was going to get there. Regardless, win, lose, or draw. That's it. That's just how it goes. And it don't matter who you is, where you're from, none of that. If you be yourself and you're a real individual, you're going to be finessing people in prison whether you mean to or not. Literally, you're going to be, if you're carrying yourself the way that you're known to carry yourself and you don't let no gang peer pressure you into, coming home to being part of the organization and you just continue to be yourself, you're going to realize first it's going to start with your dorm. You're going to get in your dorm and you're going to have a couple people in there or whatever that's going to, you're going to meet them little by little. Next thing you know, you'll have your little circle of like 3 or 4 people you're cool with, right? Then those are going to be your main ones. And then there's going to be other people in the dorm that you lock eyes on. Next thing you know, y'all are doing business back and forth. Y'all are talking. I got after you on the phone. Oh, I got after you in that shower. Y'all are going to meet because y'all live in the same house. You feel me? And then before you know it, people are calling you by your name. They know you, boom, 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 boom. So then you gain respect in that dorm. And in that dorm is going to be multiple gangs and organizations. And then next thing you know, your name is going to go from inside house, which is in the dorm. You're going to start reeling in like people from different dorms, different parts of the compound. Your name's going to go from over here, way over there on the other side of the institution. People are going to go to confinement from your dorm, get out and get put on that side of the compound now. They're going to be talking about you. Next thing you know, your name is going to spread like a wildfire across the whole institution. And before you know it, every single gang on that compound is going to know exactly who you are. And when they new brothers come to that institution, those are going to be ones that don't know you. And those are going to be the ones, oh, he's a white boy with a phone, I'm going to try to rob him. And next thing you know, your ass handle up, pull a knife out, you take off on them, do whatever you got to do if they come in your lane. You feel me? Stay in your own lane, they come in your lane, you crash they fuck ass. And then when you do that, all the gangs are going to get involved because he's in a different organization than them. And then his own brothers that know you from the compound are going to come there and they're going to stand on it and feel like he's wrong for coming at you like that. And then he's going to stamp it to where you get you a one-on-one fade with him. And then next thing you know, you got nothing but a shitload of audience around you that's all different gangs for you to get you a one-on-one fade. And then boom, it all goes away. And then guess what? After you fought that individual, that same individual, next time you get into some shit with someone else, he's going to get into it behind you because he fucks with you now. See, and that's how it goes. That's exactly what you're going to have to do. There's no way you can just go to prison and stay under the radar and be respected. You understand? Where nobody knows you. Literally, if you stay under the radar and nothing happens to you, yeah, you made it through prison under the radar. You let a lot of shit slide. You turned your head when a lot of things went down. You let, certain things go by that you didn't really, call out, put an address on it. You feel me? But when it comes to respecting you, if they don't really know you because you were under the radar, they don't respect you. See, not every inmate's respected in prison. You gotta earn respect. It isn't like you're gonna go there and I stay to myself, do 3 years, a motherfucker don't know me, I stay on the radar, I made it through with no beef. Yeah, they respected me while I was in there, nobody tried me. No, they didn't know you. You wasn't on the radar. There's a difference from being respected and not known. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't known, you made it through the radar. But if you're getting to be known, there's going to be people that disrespect you, that you got to earn that respect, that others are going to watch on the sideline. And people that are in that circle with the individual you're actually beefing with now are going to actually judge you off of how you handle this situation. And regardless of how you handle it, as long as you're keeping it real, if you're known to fight on the streets and you grew up fighting your whole life on the streets, ain't nothing changed just because you're locked up around a bunch of different individuals. Yeah, the outcome can be different. You could get hurt worse or it could be, less compared to what you're used to on the streets. But by you continuing to be yourself and not trying to fake it to make it like a lot of these fucking clowns ended up doing, you continue to be yourself in there, you're going to draw in so many people that are real, that attract to your energy of the realness you put out. And the whole time, as long as you ain't breaking it off, you ain't giving them nothing, you ain't feeding them, you ain't supplying them with shit, you ain't getting nothing brought in for them, the whole time, all you're doing is finessing them, whether you know it or not. Even if you're not getting nothing in return for them, but they'll back you when a fight comes down. You think about it. If you're one person and that gang's got 15 individuals in it, you're not giving them shit, they're not giving you shit, but y'all are still hanging out and vibing, right? So it's like, yeah, y'all are cool. Now something goes down between that gang. You're only one person that can back them other 15. So now they got 16 people instead of 15. You get into some shit with any other gang or someone who don't gang bang. You have 15 now. So who's it more, who do you think has, more leverage? Who do you think finessed who more? Who got more out of what? I got 15 bodies on your end that are backing me now. You only got one to add to your roster for me if y'all go through it. So in all reality, I finessed y'all more than you did me because you weren't getting nothing from me. You see? And then when you're so cool with all these different gangs and you find yourself in confinement and you got all these different gangs shooting you money, shooting you food and shit. Like when I was in the chain gang and I went to the box, I was getting $75 a week from people that was in a gang. $75 a week of canteen food feeding me while I was back there. You feel me? All because I was they dog. So who finessed who, if you think about it? Right? You got to remember that. And all I did was be myself. Like I said, y'all, I'll repeat it again. I did not intentionally finesse nobody. I didn't go in there like, oh, I'm going to finesse them while I'm in here. None of that. I just continued to be myself. And then my homeboy on the streets enlightened me that regardless how many people talk shit now, they're just hating, chasing clout. They once was streaming KFROG TV. They once was on your dick. You had them that are in a gang repping your name on camera. It don't get more realer than that. You feel me? And not for nothing, for a lot of people who talk about their prison bid, who talk about how they was, what they did, how they were living, none of them have proof. You could get 10 liars together and they can all lie about their time. You feel me? None of them have proof. The way that I talk and what I talk on, yeah, I have haters that say it ain't true, it ain't this, he wasn't that. But you can't fake my footage, you understand? How was I able to do that? You understand? How was I able to have footage? Think about it. If it wasn't my phones, if I didn't have my own phone to do that, what person do you know is going to let somebody get the dorm so hot and risk getting their phone knocked off for footage? You think about that. I told y'all several times, a phone in prison is like a baby. You got to take care of your baby. That shit is like taking care of a newborn baby, having a phone in prison. People will body you over a phone. So who's going to let you risk getting their phone knocked off to do footage? Nobody, unless it's your phone. You see what I'm saying? Think about it. So it's like, regardless how many people talk shit about KFROG, how many people don't like KFROG, love me or hate me, I will always be the first who ever did it with the footage. Now you see it everywhere. But let's not forget who was the first to do it. You feel me? And if I could go back in time, would I recorded? Of course. I still would have recorded. Because at the end of the day, I was wondering why nobody else was doing it. I didn't know the world liked it. You feel me? But I just wanted to have, a collage of when I was down bad at my worst. And I'm glad I got to share it with the world. You feel me? And at the end of the day, like I said, I respect all gangs that are out there, all organizations. If you're watching this and you know me personally, if you were someone I was in prison with that is a part of a gang, and you know me and you fought with each other like that, then you already know what I'm speaking is facts. And I don't mean no disrespect towards any organization out there when I say I finessed all the gang members, but it's facts. It's true. Literally. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. And all my dogs out there, they know Frog a real one. Like I said, I don't give a damn what color you bang. We all bleed the same. And that's what it is. You feel me? But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video on up. I just want to share it with y'all and let y'all know how my bid of me being myself, not switching up, Not walking around with my tail tucked between my legs, all scared and acting different than I would on the streets. Because a lot of people will be a gangster on the streets, and then when they get locked up, they the opposite. Or they'll be soft on the streets and go to prison and act like they was a goon on the streets before and they wasn't. You feel me? All I did was continue to be the same exact person I was on the streets before while I was in prison. And me doing that right there made me manipulate and take the minds over certain individuals. And at the end, you call it finessing. It is what it is. You feel me? Hell of an experience. But all right, y'all, I want y'all to do me a favor, man. Y'all drop in the comments, man. Let me know how y'all feel about this real spill. And let me know if you understand how I'm breaking it down from my perspective. If I broke it down good enough for y'all. You feel me? Just let people in the comments know you understand. I know some people, you know, they mind be in the gutter. They can't understand like that. But let everyone in the comments know. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all keep them rats, squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, clout chasers out your circle. Till next time, it's the one and only Frog.